Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Wednesday Wisdom on the Educational Lady podcast. Before we meet today's guest, we want to acknowledge our partners, Vital Signs Wall of Fame, the global community of women in high school sports, the Florida Coaches Coalition, and We Coach. You've heard me say many times, these are four great organizations that you should really add to your network. And now, don't hit that fast forward button. Stay with us for the next 3 minutes. We're going to give our sponsors a shout out. Now, these are all companies that I used as an athletic director during my career. You should be using them too. Here we go. We want to say thank you to Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. I don't think I need to say anything more, but I'm going to. Go to hometownticketing.com. Their team is going to get your school set up to start selling tickets online, not just athletic events, but all your events. Hometown is digital ticketing that offers more. Go to hometownticketing.com to get started. We also want to say thanks to Snap Raise. Are you tired of spending weeks and weeks with fundraisers that give you little, if any, return on your investment? Stop right here. Go to snapraise.com/EDAD. Hands down, the best online fundraiser out there. We used it at our school. It's just tremendous. It works. Okay. Snap also has a number of different platforms like Snap Connect, Snap Store to help you do your job better. And if you go to Snap Raise, you're automatically entered in a $1,500 drawing on your next Snap Raise fundraiser. That's snapraise.com/EDAD. We also want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com. Their team is going to help you create world-class marketing content for your school's social media channel. Your kids are on social media, and if you're not promoting your athletes and celebrating your team's accomplishments, you're really missing out. Gipper is used and trusted by over 3,000 athletic programs. It's professional graphic design made simple. So simple, even I can use it. Go to Gipper.com, mention the podcast, you'll get a nice discount. We also want to thank Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to showcase your school record boards for all the teams, for all the events, or your school's Hall of Fame, go to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Let their interactive touchscreen video consoles help you showcase your school's diverse history and your proudest moments. It's vitalsignswalloffame.com. Mention the podcast. Guess what? You'll get a nice discount. We want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by Lifetrack. If you never used a survey to take the pulse of your parents or your student athletes, you're really missing out. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that's going to allow you to connect with your parents, your student athletes, those parents that want to gripe about everything. You're going to get connected, but they're also going to connect you with the 98% that support your program. And that's a tremendously valuable tool to have when you're talking with a frustrated parent or your principal or your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com to see all the things they can do for you. We also want to say thanks to Huddle. Go to huddle.com and change the way you see the game. As a longtime football coach, I used Huddle every single day. When I became an athletic director, we were a Huddle school, and all of our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided that helped them coach our kids up to the highest levels. Go to huddle.com. Join the 8 million users. Turn your school into a Huddle school. We want to thank Sideline Interactive for their support. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and schedule a live web demo to see their indoor score tables and their indoor score boards in action. Their products not only generate income for your department, they also create the ultimate game day experience for your student athletes. That's sidelineinteractive.com. And we'd like to say thank you to Home Campus. Home Campus is the official state association and school management platform for us. It's also your one-stop platform for things like athletic clearance and eligibility forms, schedules, helping parents upload those forms directly, and a whole lot more. As an athletic director, I used Home Campus every single day, and it was just fantastic, and you're going to love it too. To get started, all you got to do is go to homecampus.com. That's homecampus.com. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We've got a new friend of the show. Our guest today is Alexa Morelli. Alexa was on a while back, and she is a product expert with Snap, one of our great sponsors. Last time she was on, she talked about a newer program, a newer feature of Snap called Fan X, and just thought she had a lot to offer our listeners. So I invited her back. Alexa Morelli, welcome back to the podcast and welcome to Tech Tuesday.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, you and I were talking before we started recording. For listeners, we are recording this on November 15th, so it's going to be pretty timely when you're listening to it. Fall sports is turning into winter. The national conference is coming up. So, Alexa, what do you have to share today with our listeners on Tech Tuesday?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know we're right in the beginning of that winter season. And spring sports will be here before you know it. And with spring sports, I know a lot of the troubles that ADs and coaches deal with is going to be events getting canceled and change and things like that because of weather, with baseball and softball and all the outdoor sports that you deal with in the spring. So I feel like that's definitely something that we talk to ADs about now to get prepared for, because it's coming up much sooner than you think. I know we have a few different things that we do at Snap to kind of assist with that and assist with that communication to the community. Because it's not always just, the parents going to the games. It's grandma, grandpa, it's general members of the community who just want to support the school and to support the student athletes. So like you mentioned, the last time I was on, I was able to talk about our FanX branded mobile app platform. So for those who aren't familiar, our FanX branded mobile app platform is a platform where we build your school your own branded mobile app. So if it's East High School, it's East High School's branded mobile app. And that platform offers communication tools all through push notifications. So ADs or coaches can send push notifications to people who follow their team, letting them know that, hey, the game is canceled due to weather or things like that. So that's definitely something we're talking about now and getting ready for that next season. Because like I said, it'll be here even sooner than you think. But if a push notification maybe isn't enough and ADs want more, they want to be able to automatically text and email the community members as well, and the parents and those individual players. We do have another platform called Snap Manage, which includes things like your schedules, even online registration, as well as we can create a branded website for you too. So if you want more than just a mobile app, you want that branded website for athletics and activities at the school, we can help you out with that as well and offer you communication all through that same platform. That's going to be through text messages and through emails. So when you're talking about the Snap platform as a whole with FanX and Snap Manage, amongst many other things that we offer, you have both push notifications, text messages, and emails covered all in one. So everyone that is planning on going to that baseball game that gets canceled due to weather, they're going to know about it. So we definitely want to, help provide that communication. I feel like we've been hearing about that from quite a few ADs, is that the communications is kind of all over the place. So we want to help you streamline it as best we can.
Technology has really taken off the last few years, for athletics and athletic directors. But
Yep.
I know there's probably at least one cranky old athletic director out there, maybe even older than me, that might be new to technology or still hesitant to try a platform. What are some of the things that you've seen or heard from athletic directors? You mentioned that they really like about the Snap platform. And I know you got a lot of different levels to it, but what are some of the things that you've heard to maybe share with that cranky athletic director that's listening right now?
Yeah, no, I love working with those cranky old athletic directors. I think they're awesome. So, no, we make our platform as user friendly as possible. So we know that you probably have a million tabs open on your computer, whether you're a young AD or an old AD, and you ideally want to be logging into as little places as possible, remembering as few passwords as possible. And so we definitely hear that feedback that our platform is that one-stop shop where they have that one source of truth they can go into to make different edits and things. So we definitely hear that feedback from ADs. But also, for those ADs where, they're not super tech savvy, they still say that the platform is very, very user friendly. We try to make it as simple to use as possible. And we have really awesome support. So if they ever run into any issues or they don't remember how to do something, we give them a direct support person that's assigned to their school, that's there for anything that you need. So service is really, really important to us. And I feel like that's, some of the struggles that these ADs deal with the different technology companies that they start working with is, it takes them days to hear back from someone. They're calling a 1-800 number or whatever it may be. But that's not the case with Snap at all. They have a real life human being from our team. Most of them are based in the Midwest, and they're just reaching out to that person directly. So that's definitely some feedback that we hear from ADs that makes them happy. And then another big thing is going to be just driving revenue and fundraising for their programs. So, a lot of ADs get into the profession to kind of give back to those kids and develop them into the best members of the community possible. And we have lots of different ways that we can assist them in raising additional funds through our platform, whether that's Snap Raise and doing, online fundraisers too. If you're looking at our FanX platform, there's quite a few sponsor placements. There's over 30 of them that they can go and sell. And a lot of times those ADs that have been around for a while, they already have awesome relationships with businesses in the community that they can kind of lean on to get them to give back to their programs through sponsorship. So those are just a couple of things that we hear, and I get it, those cranky old ADs, they might not be wanting to adapt new technologies, but I feel like once they see it, they see how user friendly it is.
No, absolutely. And that's getting them started. I think is the first step. And then you hit on another very important aspect is that customer service, because,
Yep.
something, it's not necessarily going to go wrong, but there's going to be that stumbling block. Well, what do I do now? And to be able to get on the phone or shoot an email and get that quick reply is just critical for athletic directors. You brought up Snap Race, which is one of the features of the Snap platform.
Yep.
I say it every day on my podcast when we record. We used it at my school. Our coaches loved it. Our parents loved it. Our finance office, our CFO loved it from the tracking. What are some things that you've noticed? You're an athlete in high school. You have a degree, with sports management. What are some things that you've seen or heard about the platform that maybe I haven't highlighted so far?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the biggest thing is that the coaches have to do almost no work at all. So they're already busy. Like, let them focus on coaching their team. You mentioned I was a student athlete in high school. I remember selling cookie dough and how time consuming that was, not only for me, but for my coaches and all the work that they had to do there. And Snap Raise is very, very simple. They get a dedicated rep that often is able to even come there in person and help them if they prefer, or they can hop on a video call with them. And they really don't have to do anything at all to be able to run this fundraiser. And in the case of a lot of other traditional fundraisers like cookie dough, oftentimes they're keeping a very small percentage of what they're making from that campaign. Whereas with Snap Raise, they're keeping 80% of that fundraiser. So yeah, it definitely is very, very helpful for them. And you mentioned your CFO loving it. We have what's called Snap Insights, which is a dashboard where the school can manage all of their Snap Raise campaigns all in one place. So that way, if there is a CFO or a bookkeeper, or even the AD wants to see all of the Snap Raise campaigns in one place, where when are the checks or direct deposits coming in, how much is each team raising, how much is each team participating, they're able to do that all in one place with that dashboard. And that's just a free tool that we offer to support all of the schools that we work with.
Yeah. No, again, it's easy to use, but it flat out works. It works. So, Alexa, if one of our listeners, and listeners, I really think you should, if they want to reach out, find out more about the Snap platform and all the features of Snap, or just add you to their network, what's the best way they can do that?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, just Alexa Morelli. So you're welcome to reach out there if you're active there. Otherwise, my email is just alexa.morelli@snapraise.com. So you're always welcome to reach out there as well. I'd love to connect with any of you.
Okay. And again, NADC is coming up. Snap is going to have a strong presence down in Orlando. Sorry, you're not going to be there, so we could connect in person, but appreciate you sharing today.
Yeah, thanks so much, Jake.
For listeners, make sure you check out the Snap website and all the different features. Again, Snap Raise is really the focus of our sponsorship, but there's a ton of other features, including FanX. We can talk about FanX out there for you. We do this every single week. And we also upload the Zoom recordings to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. Of course, we appreciate you listening. Come back next Tuesday for another great tech tip, and just about every day for new content on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Hey, before we go, we do want to acknowledge our sponsors, including Snap. You've heard me say many times. We used it at my school. It's a fundraiser that's easy to use and it works. Go to snapraise.com/EDAD. We also want to say thanks to Huddle. I used Huddle as a football coach. I used Huddle as an athletic director. We were a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com to get started. We want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. If you've never used a survey to take the pulse of your parents or your student athletes, you're really missing the boat. Go to athleticsurveys.com. See what they can do for you and your program. We also want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards or your school's Hall of Fame, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Mention the podcast, you'll get a nice discount. We want to say thank you to Home Campus. Home Campus is the official high school and state association management platform. It's also your one-stop for things like athletic eligibility and clearance forms, scheduling, working with coaches and parents, you name it. Go to homecampus.com to get started. We want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. You've heard me say one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com to get started. We want to thank Gipper. Go to gipper.com. Their team is going to show you how to create world-class marketing content for your school's social media channel. So easy, even I can do it. Go to gipper.com, mention the podcast, you'll get a nice discount. That's gipper.com. And we want to thank Hometown Ticketing. It's the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com, find out all the ways that they can help you with online ticketing. That's it. Thanks again for listening to Tech Tuesday. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.